Coming back, now I'm just going to recap quickly some of the points Anthony also mentions. I'll just give you my take on it. So portfolio management is very important if you want to become a professional investor, especially investors who are going to invest in multiple points. Now you can either go out and create your own family office. There are one of the people who try to create multi-family offices. I haven't seen anyone do a very good job yet, maybe at least in Delhi. Or you will work with organizations like Mumbai Angels who actually have people doing portfolio management, reporting. And I can tell you the difference between a successful investment and not successful investment is the level of portfolio management. That is it. Because at this stage, it is an execution game. It is not an idea game. Ideas are dime a dozen. So what all comes under portfolio management? Basically, it's making sure the company is doing well. You can protect your investment and you have a good return. It's very simple. So how do you go about it? So I'll recap this plan. So adherence to business plan. As a deal lead, I have a weekly update, monthly board meeting, quarterly investors. Somebody asked the question earlier, how often do you do this? So I have a weekly, monthly, and I have a quarterly. Compliance is what I realized is every once in a while I want to talk to CA directly. As a deal lead in a company, if I go back 50 years and maybe my grandfather investing, earlier होता था कि 2 लोग चेक साइन करेंगे. So जो इन्वेस्टर है वो इन्वेस्टिंग कंपनी को बोलता था मैं चेक साइन करूँगा तुम काउंटर साइन करोगे. That was great financial management. Today no one does that. So how do you know exactly what's going on? So I say no, always talk to the CA directly. Companies giving you numbers, they might be hoodwinking you. How do you know? So in the companies which I am leading the deal in now, we actually have set aside a certain amount of money every month where I have an independent auditor who gets the bank statements and makes an MIS report. It is not the company CA firm, it is somebody I appoint. Also very important on the VC. See, on the VC, whoever is coming in, the new investor will always want to talk to the lead to get his perspective. Obviously, we will say good things, but we also have fiduciary responsibility. That's an important part. The other thing was also interview key hires. Anyone who is getting a salary of over 25, 30 lakh rupees with key position is someone who I want to interview as well to take my take on it. Because I tell you, what happens a lot of times the founder, there's a forest, the analogy of the forest and the trees. So a lot of times the founder is in the trees, he's walking around, he's bumping into things. Your job as a lead or board member is to look at the forest. And it's very important to interview, at least meet the key hires. I talked about bank statements already. What to look out for? Now, one aspect is actually human nature, human behavior. Nandini talked about it. I'm just repeating the points a little bit. When a founder who has struggled, who started a company with 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, 25 lakh rupees, suddenly gets 3 crores in the bank, his mental frame of mind will change. And I have taken founders out for dinner the day the first wire transfer hit their bank account. Because that will happen, Hindi mein bol raha hu, bhokla jata hai. You go to see a bank statement of 5-10 lakh rupees, suddenly 3 crores. What does he do next? Besides do up the office and buy a new car, sir, I have a new idea. Because now he's got the money, he wants to get new. I said, no, don't forget new ideas. We gave you money for that idea. Let's stick to what we talked about. Don't come up with new ideas. Also, funny things happen. You will see relatives, related parties being hired. Suddenly the wife was working, the wife will stop working, but she'll get a salary. You'll say nephew, bhanja, tau, or whatever. How Indian families are, they heard, you would raise money for your company, your aunt will call you up and say, usko naukri lagwa do, all the stuff. Role of partners and parents, depending on how old the investor is, or the wife. So, I'm going to talk now more about MIS, and I'm going to actually share this thing later on. So, what do we talk about MIS as far as I'm concerned? Okay. So, monthly, quarterly, strategic reviews, tactical strategy. What's in a detailed MIS? So, financial, revenue, that's a GMV, operating cost, margin, net, conversion, cash in hand, burn, break even. Other metrics, like any business, all businesses, what do you have in every business? You have leads, you have a shortlist, you have visits, you have conversions. Now let's use the same analogy of leads, shortlist, visit, conversion to the online world or the tech world. Daily visitors, monthly, page views, user engagement sessions. Ratio, that's ratio of page views to sessions, to purchase to drop off, to to which page was time spent at. Right? Which page did people drop off? Because if your business is, you're a financial, if suppose you're a portal doing any kind of e-commerce, that is your real estate, right? That's like it's like walking in an office. The reception should be nice, visitor area should be nice, but this is the online version of that. So you actually, half the founders don't get this. I'm like, listen, you have to track every single page of yours where people drop off, where they follow. So revenue sources, very important when you look at the numbers. Ask a founder, is this organic or paid? I can suddenly throw money on Facebook advertising, throw money on Instagram 1 week before, 2 days before my investor meeting and say, oh, look at my page views. Is it organic or paid? We want organic, we don't want paid because paid will die. Your revenue versus CAC. What is your lead versus AdWords spend? Your Google native search versus Facebook. So all tech businesses, I'll give you a very simple line. All tech businesses or most businesses, your goal in life is to dominate Google native search. Right? That's when all these SEO, SMO, all these lovely words come in. You have to generate leads from that. For apps, the most important ratio is retention. App download and retention. Download तो सबने कर लिया, 3 महीने बाद किसका uninstall किसने नहीं किया? The other thing I want to look at, when you look at a monthly MI, we share one of this, is I want to look at overall number of people working in a company. How many people are productive people and how many people are cost center people? So how many people do you actually have in sales? If you're a team of 25 people, you have 2 guys in sales, के 2 लोग sell कर रहे हैं. Can those 2 people do enough sales to justify growth and paying the salaries of 23 people who are not doing sales? Most startups struggle over here. They do not hire enough people who are actually pounding the pavement, getting the business. So you can work that issue out for your business. Also, human capital. This is a line I borrowed from Sujita Salwan, Little Back book. I'm an investor in the company. A startup needs to hire people who are owners and not renters. Not just startup, any business. You need to hire people who own the business and people who can hustle in a good way for the growth of the business. This is by far the most important, powerful one line I've heard on HR hiring. Hire people who own, not rent.